Good day. So today we're on the Renault Master, ripping off the gearbox. The main tools you need is a big hammer, 18mm spanner socket, and a 13mm spanner and socket. Main tools you need to do this job. So the first thing is get your van jacked up on axles and make sure it's secure, because you're going to be doing a lot of wiggling and hitting. So this van has got to be secured up in the air, and it ain't going to move while you're trying to pull off a gearbox. So let me switch around. So as you can see, I've virtually stripped most of it off. I think all I've got now is this engine mat and 2 bolts at the top of the gearbox holding it on. So I was going to video me doing it, stripping it right down, but I just want to get it done. So I'll just run through what you got to do. So first things first, you're going to do this, well, get it jacked up on axles, wheels off. Undo your shock absorber here, the bolts here, 18mm. So you just unbolt that, pull this forward. Then you want to undo the bolt here, 18mm on your top bush here, and 18mm on the bottom. Sorry, 18 one side, 13 the other side. The bolt is. Undo them. So you got them off. You want a big bar or something so you can pull this out. Just use a lump hammer or something. Bang the sides here. And these will pop. Both will pop, but you need a bar so you can force them out. Your foot, bottom and top. When you got these popped out, the passenger side drive shaft pulls out, so you want to pull it out. But before you even do that, make sure you drain your oil from out your gearbox. So let me show you where that is. So when you're looking at your gearbox underneath, as you can see here, there's your drain plug here. It's like a square Allen key kind of thing. You need to undo that. Make sure you buy that before you even start the job. I got one off eBay. Well, I brought a set off eBay. It was about 16 quid for a set of all different sizes. So you want to pull that off there. I think it was a 7mm square tool, just sticking, just like Allen keys, but just square. Drain your oil out, then you can start doing all this. So after that, what I did was go to the driver's side. Alright, driver's side is on your drive shaft, follow your drive shaft back. There's like an horseshoe that goes around here, 2 13mm bolts. Undo them, one at the bottom here, one at the top, and while you're underneath here, you want to undo this 10mm bolt here, what releases your power steering pipes here. And let's see if I get you focused in. Here there's a 13mm bolt, and this clip here, this clip you just pull out and pull it off. It does plug in up here. I'll do this 14mm bolt just to get your pipes out of the way here. Then you got some 10mm bolts, what hold that plate on. That plate is just to cover your bottom, your flywheel there. You'll see the bolts anyway. I'll do that, pull that plate off. So that bit's done underneath there. So then you want to do exactly the same what you did on the passenger side. Undo your top shock. Undo these 18mm bolts here. Get this off here so it pulls out. Right, I gotta change this in a boot anyway. This drive shaft is an absolute pain to get out because it goes all the way through the tubing, all the way through to your gearbox. I used a piece of wood with a lump hammer. Put a piece of wood on the back of the drive shaft here and just keep hitting it till it pops out. You don't need it all the way out, just enough so it just frees away from your gearbox. So yeah, then all you gotta do is go around to the other side. Then you wanna undo your select cables. They just pop off. You just lift this one up, pop it off up, pop the other side off sideways, you get it from underneath, pull them little levers back and wiggle them up, they pop off there. Then you have a plug, don't know if you're going to be able to see this. Where are you? Hello, where are you? There, see that green bit there? That's a plug. You just squeeze it and that pops off. There. Then you have your pipe. I've just covered the end up here. That pipe goes in down there. There is a little metal little horseshoe clip. Just get a little flat screwdriver, pull that little horseshoe and your pipe pops out. I just tipped it up here. Just make sure to cover the end so no crap gets down it or it stops leaking. Show you from underneath. Ugh. So there it is. That's where your pipe connects there. I see, you see that little metal clip there, just stick a flat screwdriver in it, pop it out, not all the way out, just enough. Pipe pops out, then all I do is push it back in so I don't lose it. There's your little connector, you just squeeze it in, pop it out. Like I say, you can get to your select cable, it's there, they just pop off there. Then you want to go around and start undoing the bolts. There's 30mm bolts up here, see there. There's one at the top, mine snapped with the earth cable on. Then you got one here. These are 10mm what hold your back plate on here. There's another one around here. So yeah, all I've got left now is two big bolts at the top there. You can see them just all nuts there holding the top, and the engine mat. So what I'm going to do is on a brake engine mat bolt off here and off the other side, just break them, not take them completely out. Put a jack with a piece of wood on, told me engine up here. Then I'll undo that big bolt there, unrelease that, then I can lower my jack down just about 2 inch, just enough to reach them two bolts at the top. Then I can pull my gearbox off, hopefully. So yeah, so my next job is I'm going to break these bolts off here, put a jack underneath with a piece of wood to hold my engine up, then break this big bolt off here, then lower it down. So once you've undone that big bolt here, undo these two here, lower your engine down, then you want to lower it about 2 inch, and there is another 18mm bolt just at the back right here. So you need to lower your engine so you can just, as you can see I've undone it, I've left it on there for now just to show you where it is. So it's, yeah, it's there, so you need to lower it down to get to it. That's another 18mm bolt, so you want to undo that, and your plate drops off like that. So yeah, alright, so once your plate's out of the way, don't forget, get your jack and that towards your engine. Right, let's see if I can get you in. So, I have another 30mm bolt there, then I have these two nuts, one there, and focus, you bitch, one there to undo. So you want a long bar, 30mm deep socket to get these, break these off, some people just take the nuts off and leave these bolts in, so it's easier to locate the gearbox back on. But what I do is I break the nuts off and I take the complete lot out. Here's an hexagon key, so I take these completely out so I can wiggle the gearbox off. Then I locate these, take the nut off completely, then thread these back in after to locate the gearbox on, instead of trying to wiggle the gearbox off the top of them. So yeah, let's get these cracked off and hopefully the gearbox will be ready to come off. Another thing is, if you can't get T-cables at the top, when you lower your gearbox down here, you can get T-cables a lot easier, because there's one here and the other one is up the top here, around there. You can get to it a lot easier to get them off, and the cable and that. So yeah, either way, get it while it's up, or you can do it while it's down like this. So yeah, whichever you find easier. So yeah, let's get these nuts and bolts cracked off. Yeah, there's one gearbox off. There's the clutch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send the gearbox to a guy in Leeds, and he's going to have a look over it for me. I'm going to replace the clutch by a complete clutch kit. Why? The gearbox is off, so I can change that, because I know that's going to need doing. So yeah, so show you the gearbox. If you are feeling like a little girly or a little boily, get someone to give you an hand to take the gearbox off, because I'm telling you, it weighs a ton, especially laid on your back trying to get it off. So yeah, get someone to give you an hand. But if you had your Weetabix, you're able to pull it off yourself. Just rest it onto your chest, then wiggle out with it. So yeah, there we go, one gearbox off. There's my gearbox. Definitely think I had a leak inside. I think my slave was leaking. Look at the state of that. So yeah, we'll be replacing this anyway. Like I say, I'm just gonna take this off, where you're bearing your slave and that. Then I'm gonna run it to a bloke in Leeds. I think I am anyway. I'll go ring him Monday, see what he says. He's just gonna have a look over it and see what it's gonna need. Then let me know a price. If the price is over the top, I will just buy a recon gearbox. Pick them out up between, well, I've seen them 900 quid for a recon gearbox like new. I have messaged the bloke in Leeds. I will drop his details down if I do go with him to do it. He's quoted me between 350 to 550. It all depends what's wrong with it. So that's pretty cheap really, compared to some quotes I've had. I've had quotes up to £2 grand. There's no way I'm paying £2 grand for a gearbox. I'd rather scrap the van. So yeah, we'll see which line we're going down soon. I've took this in wherever I'm taking it. Hopefully Leeds is just down the road. Get me to have a look. If you can repair it cheap, get it repaired. If not, I've looked into buying a second-hand gearbox as well. Off another van, what's been scrapped, whatever. You pick them up about 350, 400 quid. A second-hand gearbox. Problem with that is you don't know if you're going to get the same problem in 100 mile, 50 mile, 1,000 mile, a couple of 1,000 mile. You don't know. So it's always best to have it either buy a recon or have your own gearbox sorted. So at least then you know you've got quite a few mileage and it's going to last. So yeah. But if he can fix it, say top end 550, I'm paying an extra what, 150. and I know it's going to be all good, and it's going to last me, well, last probably till the van's done, or till I've sold it, or well past it, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today. Yeah, so like I say, it's going to the bloke in Leeds. If you do this, make sure that van's secure up. I've got 4 axles underneath the van, plus a 4-ton trolley jack resting in the middle of the van, with the bar still in the jack. Because you go do a lot of wiggling on the gearbox, a lot of banging and that, you got to make sure that van ain't moving anywhere. You do not want that landing on you. So yeah, what I'm going to do is, before I send this gearbox, is I'm going to undo these 2 10mm bolts here and here. To take this tube off, let me switch it back around. Yes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these 2 10mm bolts here on this tube here. To get this tube out, you'll see the little stupid little horse clip here. Just pull that out, this will pop off and all this unit will come out. So I'm going to take that off, get it ready to send, take to him, and fingers crossed this ain't going to cost me an absolute fortune. You're looking about 300 quid for a decent clutch kit. I am going to put a decent clutch kit on it, and just get this gearbox get the gearbox looked at, see what's wrong with it. Fingers crossed it ain't going to be much. Like I say, I could select first, third and fifth. I just can't select second, fourth or sixth gear. I do think it's the selector itself. I think it's this what I'm having problems with. I think the bearings are gone and it is a bit stiff and that. So that's what I think the problem is with this. If so, then you're looking about 80 quid for the parts and labour and shit. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this is going to be a cheap fix. Well, it ain't going to be a cheap fix, especially with a new clutch kit and shit. In a garage, for them to do it, you're looking a good couple of grand, doing a clutch and the gearbox repair. So it is best to try and get it done yourself. What I do advise is, if you are a newbie, make sure you've been tinkering around with cars a bit. You can do it straight off, but it is hard work and you've got to be safe. Like I say, being safe, especially doing big jobs like this on a heavy van, you do not want that van landing on you. So yeah, there we go. So hopefully in next video I will let you know where I've taken this gearbox, if I have took it to the guy in Leeds. I will ask him if he will do some pictures and that of him doing some work on it so I can bang it on here. All depends if he's up for it and that. If not, then you'll just see it come back either fixed or a new recon, sat on the bench ready to be fitted to the van. I will video doing the clutch, fitting the clutch and everything else, leaning it up, making sure it's all good, and fingers crossed, I'm hoping within the next week and a half it's all done back together so I can get back out in this bloody van. So yeah, leave it there, stay safe, see you next time.